afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. Mark will be back on Monday. Danica Lewis is back with us today. Hello.
Happy to be here.
How you doing?
Really well. I spent most of the morning outside, out of the office. I know. Sometimes you just have to on days like this, right?
Yeah, no, it's been great. We'll get a check on the weather in just a minute. Here's what's making news on this Thursday. Madison's police chief is responding to online criticism, saying that a video leaked online of his officers has nothing to do with race. Our Kelly Arthur will be here to explain.
A tactical vehicle overturns in New York, killing a cadet. We will tell you how badly others were hurt in that incident.
And a number of World War II veterans returned to Utah Beach today to remember one of the most important military moments in modern history. We'll hear from one of the men who stormed Normandy coming up a little later this hour. The Greatest Generation.
Really, it is. And an amazing just show. I mean, just so many veterans in one place. So
yeah, the scenes have been very emotional. Let's take a look outside today. It was a great day. The farmers finally getting their planting in. Yeah, the plants are finally starting to come up, soaking up that sun. Warm into the weekend are the weather words, and Dana Fulton is out on the weather patio. Dana?
It is delightful outside right now. Everyone in the studio should be jealous that they're stuck in the studio and they're not on the backyard patio because it's so pleasant outside. A few clouds for us in Madison. Here's a live look in Platteville, though, where we have seen a few isolated showers in Grant County in the southwest corner of the state. Now, through the rest of the evening, we're expecting it to still be very warm and mild, but we do have the chance to still see a few isolated showers. Overall, our visible cloud track has been pretty quiet, but as we look at our Doppler track, you can see there just south of Platteville right now, and we just had one on the Doppler track a few minutes ago just north of Monroe. So we're not ruling out the chance again to see a few isolated spots this evening. Right now, we're at 83 in Madison, 82 in Janesville, and 81 in Platteville. It's been a little warm today. Our breeze, of course, staying pretty calm for us, not a huge factor. That's the good news. Temperature-wise, we're going to start to calm down a little bit. By 10 o'clock, we'll be in the upper 60s. Tomorrow also looks warm and sunny, but we'll look at your Friday forecast in just a second. Right now, we'll bounce onto the roadways, see what's going on with our first alert traffic update. Right now, things actually look okay for most of the area. If you look along the Beltline, we aren't seeing too many delays on the westbound side. Eastbound, we're going a little slower. I do want to take a closer look, though, at 12 East near Baraboo. It's actually closed. There was an incident right after the exit to 33. So from the exit to 33, stretching all the way down towards Baraboo, 12 East is closed right now. Taking from Janesville to the Beltline, it'll take you about 27 minutes, 17 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton and from Sun Prairie to downtown. So traffic-wise, we're only keeping an eye on the incident near Baraboo. Everything around the Isthmus of Dane County seems quiet right now. And weather-wise, it's just warm and nice outside this evening.
Just have to keep rubbing it in, don't you, Dana? My goodness. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Dana. First at 4, Madison Police Chief Mike Koval is speaking publicly following accusations of excessive use of force.
A leaked video shows officers punching a teenager multiple times during a mental health crisis. Our Keely Arthur is here with the details and reaction from Chief Koval. Keely?
The incident happened Monday. The officer at the center of this now on desk duty as both an internal and external investigation move forward. Here is part of that video showing officers responding to the home of a 17-year-old Madison boy. The teen was experiencing a mental health emergency and officers were called to help transport him to the hospital. He reportedly exhibited threatening behavior, was restrained and punched multiple times by officers. The young man is black and many comments on social media regarding this incident highlight that. But Koval says this is not an issue of race.
I think we have to call what was the behavior that the subject showed. Was the officer's behavior consistent with the training that they are supposed to get? And the race issue is sort of subliminal in everyone's mind, but I hope that ultimately we're looking at this based on the objective reasonableness of the facts.
The Madison Police Department has launched an internal investigation. Koval is also having a third party review the incident, given the intense scrutiny the department has received as a result. Now, it's unclear when either investigation will wrap up. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway and other city leaders have called the incident disturbing. Rhodes-Conway has not responded to our request for an on-camera interview.
All right, Keely Arthur reporting here. Thank you, Keely.
Thank you, Keely. At least one person is dead as severe weather and historic flooding continue to pummel the middle of the country. New video shows a possible tornado touching down in Louisiana after severe weather passed through the area yesterday morning. In other parts of Baton Rouge, submerged cars and trucks were abandoned, while homes in Henderson were surrounded by water on all sides. The American Farm Bureau Federation says some of the states hit hardest by the unprecedented flooding include Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois.
Veterans, world leaders, and many others are in Normandy, France this afternoon, marking the 75th anniversary of D-Day. Now thousands gathered at the American Cemetery to honor the sacrifices made on that day in 1944. In the battle that helped lead to victory in World War II. More than 150 D-Day veterans returned to the shores to be with their comrades, including 96-year-old vet Jake Larson, who says Omaha Beach today looks dramatically different.
The sea here is clear. It was bloody bodies. What can a person say now, except that war is hell?
French President Emmanuel Macron presented a number of U.S. veterans with the Legion of Honor. That is France's highest award. And there's a way to commemorate this D-Day anniversary by seeing artifacts that were actually there. The Wisconsin Veterans Museum has a temporary exhibit featuring a jacket, boots, and a helmet that were worn during the invasion of Normandy. They were worn by Milwaukee native Martin Guttkunst on June 6, 1944. The Navy radio man was just 27 years old at the time. The display includes his account of what happened that day, as well as a video and oral history of the attack. It will be up in the lobby in that museum through the end of the month.
As the country paused to mark the anniversary of D-Day, a tragedy unfolded at West Point Military Academy. At least one cadet was killed in an early morning accident. Hillary Lane reports from New York.
West Point superintendent called it a tragic day after a military tactical vehicle packed with cadets overturned in the thick woods around the military academy.
Early this morning, a troop vehicle carrying 20 cadets, operated by 2 soldiers, was traveling to a land navigation training site when it was involved in a rollover accident.
1 cadet was killed, 19 others were hurt, along with 2 soldiers, with injuries ranging from scrapes to a broken arm. They were on their way to training exercises in a canvas-top transport vehicle about 50 miles north of New York City. There were 2 people in the front cab, and the rest of the passengers were in the back. The accident happened on a dirt road as the vehicle was leaving the barracks. It was headed to land navigation exercises and was driving in rough terrain.
You can see the hills we have here. We want to make sure that our soldiers and our cadets train in realistic training environment. So this is a part of our realistic training.
A military spokesperson confirms that soldiers from Georgia's Fort Benning were driving the vehicle when it crashed. The cause of the accident is under investigation. President Trump tweeted from Europe, "We mourn the loss of life and pray for the injured," as the accident threw a shadow over celebrations marking the 75th anniversary of D-Day. Hillary Lane, CBS News, West Point, New York.
And there's no word yet if any of the cadets or soldiers hurt in the crash have ties to Wisconsin.
More local news now as the Madison Police Department is welcoming a new canine officer to the force. Community members, that is, got to meet canine Archie today at the Midtown station. He is a dual-purpose dog, a handsome guy at that, meaning he can do tracking and apprehensions. Archie and his handler, Officer Emily House, graduated from a 6-week school in Michigan. The couple who sponsored Archie said they did it to show their appreciation for officers and detectives here in Madison.
And actually, a canine dog handler did go through our backyard once to do a track looking for a man who had disappeared who had Alzheimer's. So I came face to face with one doing gardening one morning. We've seen these dogs in action and we know how important they are.
The Madison Police K-9 unit is supported entirely by the nonprofit Capital K-9's organization.
Talks between the U.S. and Mexico are still going on as the two countries are working to avoid new tariffs. Mexico's foreign minister says they're making advances in talks with the Trump administration over what to do about the flow of migrants coming to the U.S. border. Mexico says it will beef up its own southern border to stem the flow of immigrants. This morning, Mexico's immigration office tweeted this picture of 106 immigrants being deported back to Honduras.
Our goal is to see an outcome, which is that of the reduction of numbers of illegals crossing. We need more cooperation coming from Mexico. Clearly what we've seen is that Mexico has not done enough.
President Trump says if no agreement is reached, he'll put tariffs on all goods coming in from Mexico. The tariffs would begin Monday at 5% and increase each month until it reaches 25%. Many in Congress are pushing back, saying the taxes would hurt Americans.
R. Kelly remains out on bail and will be in court later this month after pleading not guilty to 11 new charges in Chicago today. The charges are Class X felonies linked to sexual abuse allegations. Those are the most serious the singer has faced, with a possible sentence of up to 30 years in prison for each count. Aside from murder, a Class X felony is the most serious crime you can be charged with in Illinois. The new counts involve one of the same accusers cited in his indictment in February. The trial isn't likely to take place until next year.
Technology never ceases to amaze us, and today the Amazon Alexa saved the day.
A boy who was lost gave the simple command, "Alexa, call mom," that eventually reunited him with his family. Jamie Perez joins us now with how the Alexa was even able to do this. Jamie, this is pretty miraculous.
It's pretty crazy, but let me take you back to the beginning. The story started around 6 a.m. when a 16-year-old boy with Down syndrome went out on a bike ride but ended up getting lost. He biked by a home that he recognized and went inside only to find that nothing looked familiar. But he did see an Amazon Alexa and commanded it to call mom. The Alexa called the parents of the people who lived there. Again, not related to this boy whatsoever. The homeowner's dad picked up the phone but was having trouble understanding what this boy was saying. He thought his son was having a medical emergency, so he called 911. Paramedics showed up, and after figuring out that this boy did not live there and was just lost, they started putting the pieces together. They ended up linking him to a missing person report that was put out hours before and ended up linking him back with his family.
The reason he went to that home was it belonged to a family friend at the time that he visited over a year ago. But since that time, the house had been sold and new people moved in. So that's where all that kind of confusion came in about who's who.
The boy's home was just a little more than a mile away from where he was. With help from the 911 dispatch center, they ended up reuniting the boy with his family. This all happened in a matter of about 3 hours, so good to know that this all had a happy ending.
That is wild.
It's a wild ride, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
everybody did the right thing,
Yeah,
which is a good thing in this situation.
Alexa put everything together for us.
There you go. Alexa, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jamie. A school district in our area will be charging more in the cafeteria next year.
We'll tell you where that's happening and how much more those families will be paying when Live at 4 continues.
There will be healthier options at Sun Prairie schools next year, but it will come at a cost.
The district plans to raise school lunch prices by 10 cents and breakfast by 5 cents. That's all set to start this fall. The decision will also help the school district stay on track with rising food costs while still making sure that free and reduced lunch and breakfast programs remain, well, free. 2 years ago, students that qualified for those programs had to pay 30 to 40 cents for every meal.
You know, a lot of people would say, well, 40 cents for lunch and 30 cents for breakfast, that's not very much money. But for people in that income level, that is a lot of money.
The increased cost will allow the district to use better quality ingredients and add some new recipes. The schools are hoping the meals will reflect the growing cultural diversity among students.
On Wall Street today, the Dow Industrials gained for the 4th straight day as investors like what they're hearing from bankers. The Dow gained 181 points, the Nasdaq gained 40, and the S&P 500 was up 15.
It's a little bit of a tease, but it is almost the weekend in the 608.
Emmy Fink is here with a look at what's happening around town this weekend. Hi, Emmy. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Just a little tease to get everybody.
I know, seriously.
we're past the hump. We're almost there.
That's right. It's Friday Eve.
That's right.
And this is a weekend. If you want to see some live music in Madison, this is the weekend to do it. There's some great music coming on tap.
There sure is. This is what summer is all about. This is what everybody lives for. So you can take in the mini Jazz Fest, strolling Monroe Street. It's got a catchy little name. Friday night by bopping in and out of 5 different locations. A couple of those are the Crescendo Espresso Bar, Hotel Red, and Monroe Commons. That takes place from 5 until 10 on Friday evening. Get out of work, go have some fun.
Yeah.
Perfect little
You
Friday
told
night.
me to, Emmy. Get out of work. You
That's
heard
right.
it here.
Early. And then the jazz actually continues throughout the weekend, next week and the following weekend, thanks to the Isthmus Jazz Festival. So if jazz is your thing, this is the weekend to be there. Several locations for musicians to showcase their talents. I mean, 2 full weekends?
I know.
And some jazz in between? That's perfect.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. 'Tis the season for festivals, too. My goodness. Always now.
Yeah, this is a great tradition on the east side.
It sure is. It's actually in its 30th annual year. It's the Marquette Waterfront Festival. It brings 2 stages to Yahara Park Place. That's, of course, on the shore of Lake Winona this weekend. There's music. There's the Fool's Flotilla, which is the fun mass paddling event on the Yahara River. And then food and drinks. And then, of course, lots of kids' games, which really makes this just perfect for families. I've always wanted to go down and watch that Fool's Flotilla. I haven't gotten down there yet.
Fun.
Or actually participate. It would be more fun.
Exactly. Yeah, deck out your boat and dress up in a costume.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Now, Paul McCartney, of course, is going to be in Madison tonight.
Well, sold out unless you are...
Well, we're hoping to show you a live picture of his plane when he arrives. So that might happen while we're on the air here.
Wow, you guys really get the inside scoop. I'm impressed.
But there's a Beatles inspiration this weekend for kids, too.
There is. So this is pretty neat. Who knew they had a Beatles tribute band? But they do. The Madison Children's Museum is putting on their 7th annual Summer Palooza. It's free admission to the museum on Saturday, and then the Kids Beatles Band. Of course, games galore for this one, and then a parade around the Capitol Square from 10 until 2. Think the kids will know any of the Beatles songs?
Oh, that's a good question.
You never know.
I don't know. Some of them are
if they're
timeless.
adults,
Yeah.
if they're grown-ups play them, why not?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what could be really more Wisconsin? This one's for you, Pam Yankee, than spending your weekend on the farm.
Well, you can go meet Pam Yankee in person. I know she's going to be there
Yes, she will.
emceeing.
She's always there, yeah.
She's always everywhere.
In honor of June Dairy Month, this Saturday is the Dane County Breakfast on the Farm. It will be held at the Klondike Farm in Brooklyn, and they're going to host this iconic tradition. It's been going on for over 50 years. Saturday, it starts at 7 a.m. If you're an early riser, it goes till 11:30. You can get a great homemade breakfast. There's barn tours, there's kids events, and it's all about learning about life on the farm, both for kids and adults. You're going to learn something. Because of all the rain, though, they're actually asking people to use the free shuttle that is shuttling people back and forth at the Madison Speedway. So you don't want to get stuck in, unless you're going to bring your mucklocks and you're going to really just live life on the farm, then go ahead and try parking.
Your daughter's probably the perfect age for it. Little Henry's probably too small.
A little young, but
she might love it.
And, I showed hogs in 4-H, so we've been around a farm for a long time.
fun.
So Leona's, you know, a little bit used to that, but that is a perfect age.
Oh, that's great. Well, okay, how about something a little Swiss to cap off the weekend?
This is very Wisconsin, too, a little polka music. And if you want to do that, you can head to New Glarus for Polka Fest. It starts tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. There's free polka music, there's dancing, there's contests, and then part of Polka Fest is the BBC, Beer, Bacon, and Cheese Festival.
Oh, my.
4 hours of sampling some of Wisconsin's favorite flavors. Those are like the only 3 food groups I need.
And then you collapse and...
Right. You just, you know, stay there for a little bit where the sunshine and the buzz wears off before you drive home. But
and you wanted to mention one more thing going on,
Yeah, so for the July cover issue of Madison Magazine, it's this beautiful poster of Madison parks. And what they did is they made the cover story into this beautiful poster, and they're selling it for $6.08,
cool.
$6.08, and all the proceeds go to the Madison Parks Foundation. So we invite you to visit the website, and it'll tell you how you can get the poster there.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Giving back to the community there.
All right, well, thanks, Emmy. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, you guys, too.
You can read much more about it in this month's edition of Madison Magazine. There's the picture that Emmy was just talking about.
Beautiful,
That is
isn't
a
it?
great shot.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, take a look at this as a group of boys pulls off an impressive trick shot in the pool. This is that's pretty good. This This is a warm Arizona day in the pool when they decided to try the trick shot. Jacob tosses it over his shoulder to Bowen, who then passes it across the pool to Max. Max throws it to Zane, who jumps off the trampoline, catches it in midair, and slams it through the hoop. Now, what makes this shot even more incredible is they pulled it off, well, they said, on their on their very first attempt.
I don't know about all that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
We're practicing, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going to meet up tomorrow and
Exactly.
just, practice our own routine.
We just had Emmy covering the 608 for us, and there's a chance for you to celebrate everything in our area code this Saturday.
That's right. It's 608 Day, the date being 608, and a number of Madison area stores and restaurants will have deals to help you enjoy what makes the city so special and kick off the summer. Everywhere you go this weekend, you will see things to do and eat. More importantly, for $6.08. It was all organized by Destination Madison. Just don't ask that group to choose a favorite deal.
Oh man, picking the best deal is going to be hard, but it kind of depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for something outside, I mean, there's a Madison Food Explorers walking tour. That's going to be a great event in the beautiful weather. There's a Mallards game going on. And then, of course, you said food and beverage deals, so get out on the patio.
Now, if you'd like to get a head start on planning your weekend festivities, you can find a full list of all of the 608 Day deals on our website, channel3000.com.
And by the way, there's a 608 Day kickoff happy hour going on tonight. It's being hosted by Madison Magazine in partnership with Destination Madison until 6 o'clock over at Avenue Club and the Bubble Up Bar.
Boy,
Sounds
they
pretty
picked
fun.
a perfect night for that.
Great night
Yeah.
for it. And of course, Saturday looks fantastic for us
Awesome.
also. So the weather's really playing along with our plans, of course. We're expecting some sunshine for the next few days. Now, right now, it's still warm outside. We have a few clouds, and there's an isolated chance for a shower, depending on where you may be. But we'll take a look at what's ahead for your weekend right after the break. Overall, your evening plans should be Good to go. Here's a live look right now from our WISC-TV sky cam. A few clouds in the sky. It is warm outside, feels great. We have some sunshine. Temperatures today, of course, climbing into the lower 80s. Our high so far, 83 degrees. 2 days in a row being in the 80s. We started the day off just a little above average at about 57. So our average temps in the middle 70s and the low 50s, again, well above that. You have until 8:34 to enjoy the sunshine. Now, the sunshine, it may not be for all parts of the area. We have some moments of rain, the isolated chance tonight to see a few showers through the rest of this evening, mainly southwest of Madison. We did see a little shower pop up just west of Platteville. Right now, it looks like it's south of the state line, and we do have another little rain dot just south of Monroe. So keep that in mind if you are southwest of Madison. Just keep an eye to the sky. These pop-up showers are climbing up and dropping out pretty quickly. We aren't expecting a lot of rain to come on through, but there is the chance to continue to see those isolated spots. Overall, quiet weather expected for Friday and Saturday as we have high pressure just off to the northeast, ridging on in and blocking out most of our chances for any moisture to build on in. In fact, our next front that'll be sliding through, actually right now, draped well off to the west, it's going to continue to push southeast and pass on over by Sunday. So our next rain chances will enter in for your Sunday. The good news, we were looking at the slight chance for some showers to develop late on Saturday, but it does seem like that timing is continuing to move back for your weekend. So your weekend's split in half right now. Overnight, we'll have maybe a few clouds, but otherwise staying mostly clear heading into Friday. Plan on a mostly clear sky with some sunshine for us throughout the day. That breeze continuing to come from the east as that high pressure is just to our northeast for us. Saturday, we'll have a mostly sunny sky, and then overnight, a few clouds come through and our rain chances push in along that front for Sunday. Sunday, we have the chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, but accumulation totals through that event sliding through on Sunday are still going to hover around maybe a few hundredths or a few tenths of an inch. If that, it's not going to be a major rain event coming through for us. Again, good news. We like to keep things just a little drier for us right now. Overnight, we will stay quiet. That breeze continuing to come from the east-northeast. Temperatures will fall yet again to just a little bit above average in the mid to upper 50s for our overnight lows. By Friday afternoon, though, we're back in the low 80s. Another day in the 80s. So 3 days in a row, we haven't been there since September to have that nice stretch of warm temperatures. Saturday morning, another morning where we're in the mid to upper 50s, and then in the afternoon, we're looking at those high temperatures getting close to 80 degrees in the low 80s for some areas. Over the next 12 hours, of course, our temps are going to steadily cool on down. Sunset is after 8:30, so once the sun sets, then our temps start to drop just a little quicker for us. And as we head into tomorrow morning, we're looking at an overnight low of about 54 in Madison. Again, a light easterly breeze, mostly clear skies. Overall, pretty pleasant outside. 54 isn't too cool for us to start off the day. And tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 81. Our breeze will be more of an east-southeast in the afternoon, anywhere from 6 to 12 miles per hour, but a mostly sunny sky and just warm again. So a nice Friday if you do want to get outside. You'll definitely be able to. Friday and Saturday both look pretty pleasant for us. Pretty similar forecasts, of course, mostly sunny and in the low 80s. And then that rain chance starts to move in with that cold front on Sunday. We'll see a chance for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms for Sunday afternoon. Now behind that front, that's when our temperatures back off just a little bit. We'll be closer to average heading into Monday and Tuesday. So we'll be in the mid to low 70s for our afternoon highs. And we're seeing a little bit of a cooler trend for next week, but still close enough to average. It won't be too much of a drop off for us for those temperatures next week. And not a lot of rain chances either. That's good news. We're seeing a lot of sunshine right now.
That looks great. All the way through the weekend looks really good.
No complaints. Yeah. This is great.
I know. Yeah.
Way to go.
I did it.
Good job. Did it, guys. Thanks, Dana.
Yes. Well, this is a really fun thing to see every year, and we wanted to introduce you to the latest group of falcon chicks to hatch on top of the Madison Gas and Electric Generating Station downtown.
All right, meet Lance, Aster, and Goldie.
Aren't they great?
Little fluff balls. The 3 chicks actually hatched last month and are named after native Wisconsin wildflowers. The team decided on those names because of the plant's importance in the ecosystem. I don't think they like to be picked up. Falcon expert Greg Septon also banded the chicks with identification numbers today, which allows his team to track the birds once they learn to hunt and leave the nest.
This time of year, they'll go anywhere they want to go, and a lot of these young birds end up going south for the winter. They don't have home territories that they're tied to, so they wander.
Septon says 50 to 70% of peregrine falcons don't survive past the first year, but if they do make it beyond that time span, they can live for about 3 to 5 years. The oldest bird they tracked, though, lived to be 19. This makes 42 falcons hatched in the MG&E nesting box.
They come back every year. They love that location.
They do.
It's nice and high, and they can see the whole city.
And it makes it fun for us to see chicks every year.
Absolutely. I love they have the camera right there, so it's great to see that every year. So cute. Well, if you're getting tired of getting all of those automated calls on your cell phone, we actually have some good news for you.
Your service provider may soon be able to do more to block those numbers from popping up. We'll have more when Live at 4 returns. You are looking live at Platteville right now. You can see some of those clouds billowing above there, but overall a really nice day. So if you haven't yet, get outside. Make sure you take a walk or something, eat the dinner outside, whatever you can. It is a really nice day out there. So Americans receive about 5 billion, that's billion with a B, robocalls every month, according to Call Blocker U-Mail.
Today, the government took steps that could lead to far fewer of them. Finally, Laura Podesta explains.
The reason of this call is to inform you that IRS is filing lawsuit against you.
If you're tired of calls like this, you're not alone.
I receive robocalls at home, in my office, on my landline, on my mobile.
As a result, many Americans, myself included, rarely answer their cell phones unless the number is already in their contact list.
Frustrated members of the Federal Communications Commission decided to do something about it.
Approve.
The chair votes to approve.
The panel pushed through a measure that gives wireless phone companies the right to block robocalls automatically without needing the customer's permission. Cell phone owners will no longer have to opt in or download an app.
It gives us an extra tool in our arsenal to go after the robocallers and the scammers.
Verizon's Ronan Dunn says his company has already started using free call blocking features, including a measure before Congress called Stir Shaken. It would require all calls to carry an authentic digital signature, ensuring the number you see in the caller ID is legitimate. Is it plausible that I will never get another robocall again?
Well, it depends on what you mean by a robocall, because there are certain calls that customers receive, say from their financial institution, maybe at the time of elections, where some people may want to receive them, some people may not.
It's not clear yet just how many unwanted calls will be blocked once all providers implement the technology, but experts predict we'll get far fewer spam calls than we do now. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
Man, that's good news. If a consumer wants to keep getting the robocalls, they can opt out of the automatic service.
Who wants to keep getting the robocalls?
I know, yeah, bring them on.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
The FCC would require providers to offer the blocking service for free, but it does expect them to do so eventually.
It's probably a smart move on behalf of those service providers.
Yes, absolutely. When we come back on Live at 4, a special event for anyone looking to buy a home or maybe update their current one.
That's right. The Parade of Homes starts this weekend, and we are live in Middleton with a preview when Live at 4 continues.
Unfortunately, there are 2 incidents right now that we are keeping a close eye on. The Beltline's delayed along the eastbound side, but we do still have that accident up towards Baraboo. We have a new one, though, just west of Morrisville, looking at 51 northbound. All lanes are blocked right now. Southbound side also seeing some delays right along where that accident happened, and speeds pick up again southbound. As you get closer to Leeds and North Leeds, the speeds pick up back again for 51 northbound. But again, that accident has all lanes blocked for 51 north. Looking towards Baraboo, actually, 12 east is closed. Completely all lanes after an incident that happened just after exit 33. So from 33 stretching past Baraboo, 12 east is closed right now. As far as your other drive times are concerned, from Janesville to the Beltline will take you just about 28 minutes, 18 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton this evening, and from Sun Prairie to downtown will be about a 60-minute drive. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. The Madison Area Builders Association Parade of Homes gets underway this weekend.
Whether you are in the market for a new home or looking for some inspiration for updating your current one, you will find plenty to see at the 8 neighborhoods featured 28 houses. Nicole Harmont from Classical Custom Homes of Waunakee is at her home in the Cardinal Prairie Parade of Homes site in Middleton. Hi there, Nicole. How are you?
Nicole. Hi, how are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. What do you want to show us? And it looks like you're in the kitchen right now. What are some of the elements there that you're really excited about?
I'm excited about a lot, honestly. So these are Sub-Zero Wolf kind of package here. Custom Amish cabinets, if you can take a look there. Quartz countertops, double oven. Then we've got a drawer microwave over here, dishwasher, sink, cooktop, and then as you can see, a really awesome view out the back.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful. Is the kitchen still the most important room in a house, do you think?
I think so. I think it's where everybody kind of gathers and starts here.
Yeah, I love the double island. I've seen that a lot. And I love the color palette there too. The more neutral, muted tones.
Absolutely.
Well, we're off to a beautiful start. Okay, walk us around. What else can you show us?
We've got the dining room here. We'll go into the great room after. So you can see the natural stone fireplace, gas fireplace all the way up to the ceiling. Oh, that stone kind of complementing the gold finishes.
Still continuing that same kind of palette there. Is that the thing to look out for now, Nicole, this neutral palette that we're seeing a lot of?
I think so. I think it really appeals to kind of everyone, the young, the old. Those gold fixtures kind of catching the light. I think it's an interesting feature.
Oh, I love that.
You can see the really tall
too.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, keep going.
And then around here, we've got a lot of custom built-ins in this house. This house is really unique. It actually features a full indoor volleyball court in the basement.
Wow!
Along with a bar, rec room.
Do not show my fiance this house, Nicole. This cannot happen. I'm telling you.
Yep, we got a customer in you. Then you've got bathroom, office, upstairs, master. And then you've got a little wet bar over here in the corner,
cool.
Stairs down to the lower level.
Oh, very nice. How many square feet is this home? And is it for sale?
It is not, unfortunately. It's already spoken for.
Sorry, Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, tough luck, bud.
This one is just over 5,500 square feet, plus about 3,000 square feet for the volleyball court.
Wow. So what is the benefit of the parade season for you as a builder? What does it give you an opportunity to do?
I think it's a really unique time for a lot of people to come and ask questions. You see the HGTV kind of shows and things like that.
Yeah.
But for the first time, you get to talk to actual local builders, kind of ask them your questions. We get a lot of customers that will ask us about time frame, budgets, things like that we can actually answer for you in the parade.
Yeah, that's great. And what do you find that people coming and visiting these houses, what's the biggest thing they walk away with, you think, Nicole?
I think some people just come for like paint colors and things like that, but a lot of people are coming for spaces, features. The volleyball court is going to be probably a big ticket item this year.
You got that right.
Lots of people looking for ideas and new trends.
So how many different parade sites are there this year?
There are quite a few. The Builders Association has done a really good job of kind of inviting everyone, including the veterans. They are offering the free tickets to the veterans on Veterans Day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is great. That is great. So we want to make sure everyone knows when this is going on. Nicole, thank you so much for your time. Sure. The Madison Area Builders Association Parade of Homes. It starts on Saturday, runs until Sunday, the 23rd. There are 8 sites. Admission is $15, $5 for seniors. The parade is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. You can find out more at the website right there, maba.org.
And we'll be right back. Boy, it's a great evening.
Yeah, can we just get outside?
Yeah, there's a backyard patio. There's some chairs. We can go hang out there. Things do look great for us right now. We do have a mostly clear sky for much of the area, but there are a few spots just southwest of Madison and may see a few isolated showers or thunderstorms are popping up real quickly and then fizzling out very quickly, though. So not major events coming through. You don't need to cancel your plans. Just keep an eye to the sky if you're towards Grant or Iowa counties right now. Tomorrow, though, sunny and pleasant. Saturday's looking pretty similar for us. Here's that live look from Platteville right now. Again, you can see a few isolated spots where the clouds are getting a little darker. We could have some quick little downpours and then things dry up for the rest of our overnight. And you get to enjoy the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Dana. Now, as we mentioned earlier with Emmy, Paul McCartney performs at the Kohl Center tonight. His plane is just getting into the Dane County Airport this afternoon.
Let's take a live look right now. Let's see if we can see him. Oh, the stairs are down right there. This is Paul McCartney's first appearance in Madison. It is part of his Freshen Up tour. There will be no opening act, just the 76-year-old performer, his 4-piece backup band, and the tour is said to be focused on him getting to venues. There he is getting into his car, I believe, or his crew is. No. Yeah, Fort Wayne. So after this, he heads to Green Bay to perform Saturday night. So we think that that was him right there. Is that what we're thinking?
I know, it's hard to tell.
We really don't know. Yeah, it's hard when you're this far away. Yes, they keep even our exclusive cameramen very far from Mr. McCartney. So we will keep an eye on this, but how exciting.
It is exciting to have him here. And then tomorrow, on Saturday, as you mentioned, he's going to be in Green Bay. He's going to perform at Lambeau Field.
What a
which
treat.
Will be very, very exciting as well. And if you're going to be anywhere downtown tonight, traffic, of course, is going to be all. Now, this might be him. Nope, that's not him.
Look like a suave pair of pants. So that's why we're just very anxious over here. So Oh, there it is. There. You can't mistake that haircut, right?
No, that's
How
really
neat.
exciting. I'm a huge fan, love his music. I think the concert at the Kohl Center is sold out tonight.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You might be able to, you know, find some tickets on Craigslist or something. You didn't hear it from here, but you might be able to get yourself some if you're willing to pay up, though, I bet.
Paul McCartney, welcome to Madison.
There you go. All right, we will be right back after this. Stay with us.